Sparkle Squad, this is Monica, and tonight I'm going to be making a floral and lollipop candy bouquet for Valentine's Day. I have got some beautiful little silk flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree. Actually, all of these items are from the Dollar Tree. These flowers are really pretty with the kind of a coral pink and a little bit of a purpley burgundy edge on them. I haven't ever seen those before, so those are beautiful. I've got red, white, pinky, purple, and then purple over here, but any flowers will work. Now I will say, if you're going to be making the sucker bouquet the way that I'm doing it here as like a flower pot scenario, whatever your sucker is, if you want that to be the focal point, I would suggest getting the rose type flowers as opposed to, say, a carnation. And not all of these petals are going to be used for one sucker. You might be able to do 2 or possibly even 3 suckers per rose. I normally work with Dum Dum lollipops and Tootsie Rolls, so this time I'm kind of changing it up a little bit. So I've got some Tootsie Rolls and some Blow Pops. I've got a flower pot here. This is a pink plastic flower pot. I'm going to be using this rhinestone bling here to hot glue it around the edges to give it a little sparkle effect. Normally I like to use those foam balls for my sucker bouquets, but they didn't have those at the Dollar Tree tonight, so I just went ahead and got these little circles. These are almost 5-inch circles, so they fit very nicely in this particular pot that I have if you just sit it flat. So if you're going to use those circular balls, I would say get a 5-inch circle. You don't get a whole lot of suckers in these bags from the Dollar Tree, so I went ahead and cut this open. I think I have 7 lollipops per bag on these Blow Pops, and then this is a, let's see, this is a 4.55 ounce bag of the Blow Pops. You also want to check your dates too on these things that you get from the Dollar Tree, so my date is good. You might be able to get a better deal elsewhere, but this is just a Dollar Tree project that I wanted to do really quick. Get 8 of the smaller Tootsie Rolls, and I think there are 7 of the Tootsie Roll Pops in the larger bag, or the larger size for the bags. Let's grab one of these Tootsie Roll bags. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see the difference here. There's the smaller Tootsie Roll here, and then there's the regular size Tootsie Roll that was in the bag. Maybe you can see it better this way. I'm going to just pull the greenery back. Oh, this actually just came right off, so you might not even have to cut it. And the only thing that remains is the center for this particular little rose, so maybe I can pull this apart. Let's see. Yep, there is a small little hole. The inner petals have this little gizmo here that was holding that inner petal together. So now I have this one particular rose is all taken apart. I have all of these little petals here. I'm going to get the outermost 2 petals, have them go this way. Let's do one of these chocolate ones. So I'm going to go down through the center. This is the smaller of the 2 pieces that I had, and the hole should be big enough. And then here is the larger one. Now, because of the paper on these suckers, you might have to really do some maneuvering here. I'm going to go back over here and smooth it down again. And I'm going to make a little bit of a cut in the fabric on 2 sides. So don't go all the way across, just get it to where your scissors will start cutting. Let's try this again, see if I can get that up and over the paper. Yep, there we go. So just make a little slit if you can't get up and over your paper. There we go. Then turn it around how you want it. And there you go. There is a little flower. Now, if you want to put all of these petals on here, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this. Now that is up over the paper. The paper is holding the petals on. This inner one, I did 2 little slits. You can just do the 1 slit. It would probably still work. I did the 1 slit on the bottom. And since I'm using these flat round foams, I'm going to actually use some of my bamboo skewers that you've also seen in some of my other videos. And I'm going to just skewer these together and put them inside the pot. That way, as people are getting these little flowers out of the foam, it's not going to be as easy to just pull the whole thing out. I'm not going to hot glue this into my pot. These are the long ones. They're 12-inch long skewers. So I'm going to cut mine in half, put those through all 4 layers of my foam, and then put that into the pot as far down as it will go. So what will happen then, essentially, whatever is left that's going through the inches of my foam layers here will actually be touching the pot and give it a little bit of extra height down there and act as sort of a little wooden platform. Then again, another idea, you could use your hot glue gun and just go ahead and hot glue all of these individual layers together and then put them down. But if I have a layer of hot glue there, it might impede me being able to stick my suckers. So I'm going to just cut these at the halfway point. Hopefully I will have a 6-inch. Now you can also just break these if it's easier with your hand, which I think I'm going to do. That's a lot easier. I'm just going to break mine with my hands. However you can get them apart. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put all 4 of these layers together. Poke the skewers down. There's no rhyme or reason as far as where I'm going to do this. Try to space them as well as I can. All of my little sticks broken down a little bit further so that I have a pretty almost level stilts situation, but it's only sticking up maybe about 1.5 inches, not quite 2 inches on this, in order for me to put this down into my pot and have it be level, pretty supported, and then also be where I've got a little bit of a lip on my pot here. So I found it helpful, again, as a jewelry maker, if I had my straight nose pliers here to just kind of grab hold at the point where I wanted to break the stick and then twist it to the right. It made a clean break right at that spot that I wanted to, rather than me trying to do that with my fingers. If you have any tissue paper, you might want to wrap the foam in the tissue paper and then poke the suckers down through the foam. This even has some cute little glitter in it. So I'm going to take a piece of this. All I'm going to be doing is just working on putting some of my suckers in. So I've got my first one here. I'm going to put this right in the center. I'm not going to put this down very far because I want it very easy for someone to get it. That your bouquet gets, the more these are going to kind of, your petals are going to stay up. Now, if you want your petals to stay up, you can, of course, take a piece of tape and run around the bottom here of your stick. I'm not going to go that far because I know these guys are just going to rip it right out and be good with that. So it just depends on whatever look you're going for. Some of the petals may not do this, some of them may. So whatever you want to do, take just a piece of clear tape and put around the bottom there. Put around the bottom there if you want it like this. So if you wanted to take just a piece of clear tape, you don't even need to have a really big piece. Just pull this up, flip it over, put it on the edge to go all the way around. If you have some washi tape, that would be an excellent use of some washi tape. Okay, so it holds it up a little bit more. Doesn't sag as much if you put some tape around there. Again, if you have some washi tape, then you've got a great look there. You can actually wrap your entire stem if you want to go that far. Okay, so I have a few in here. I've got a white one with cherry. I have this really pretty corally burgundy tipped one with the orange center. I have the red and the chocolate. I've got this blow pop with the kind of a lavender flower here. Now some of them I'm taping on the bottom like I showed you earlier. Some of them I'm not having to do that, like this white one here didn't need it. And then when I put these in, I'm just poking it through the tissue paper, as you can see. And I'm building from the center outwards. The further outwards I go, the further in I'm going to push my little flowers to kind of give it like I would if I were arranging flowers in a vase. It really makes something ultra cute. I love how this is looking here. And it's going to be something that's totally easy to do. And then I'm going to just take my hot glue gun and put some of that sparkle around there with my rhinestones and have this all set for Valentine's Day on my desk. And this is just a cute little Dollar Tree DIY thing that you can do for your co-workers or gift for somebody, your sweetheart, especially if they like a lot of suckers. Then there you go, there's a great idea for you. But I'm not afraid of the different mix of colors. If you wanted to just coordinate it with pinks or reds only, you could do that, of course. Just have fun with it. My little flower pot is shaping up here, and I've now transitioned over to the smaller Tootsie Rolls and some of the smaller petals that came from the very center of the flowers that I've been pulling apart over here that I kind of laid over to the side. And I'm going to put some of these smaller ones on the very outer edge here and push them a little further in at an angle so that it makes the bouquet just like it would if I were trying to do a vase of flowers. Here is my first pot all filled up. Now when I say first pot, this is what I've got, and then as they get emptied out, I'll be replacing the individual flowers. So the only thing that I have left to do now, other than finishing the rest of these flower suckers, I've got everything in here that I want as far as the pot of flowers here to sit on my counter. I just need to bling it up with the rhinestone wrap. Now this is called diamond wrap. Again, I got this at the Dollar Tree. You can find this that's already pre-sticky so that you don't have to use hot glue or anything like that. I am just going to take some hot glue, or actually I have some spray adhesive. I might just do that. Spray adhesive or hot glue around the top edge here, so I've got a little bit of sparkle. So I did wind up actually using my hot glue gun to adhere these lovely rhinestones to my flower pot. You can change the colors up with the pots or the rhinestones. I mean, they've got so many different varieties of those that you could make this for any occasion, especially if you wanted to do like a get well gift, or you know, have these available year round on your desk at work if you wanted to do that. I just think that these are such a cute way to give a little floral touch to wherever you want to sit this little flower pot to, and it also gives someone a little treat for the day. So I enjoyed making these. And then I also had to create some signage for some of these that I hung up, and I thought that they were really cute for my coworkers. They seem to enjoy it. So if you enjoyed my project, please give me a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. What do you think about this Valentine's Day project? I hope you've had a sparkle-tastic Valentine's Day, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!